yourself real, leave the devil alone and stop making that deal. So I look to the future, see the birth of a child, putting all us together, living peace for a while. Not a man in this world, pure white as a dove, but in the word of our Molly saying, could you be loved?
Don't let them change you. Oh, no. No, no, no. Or even rearrange you. Oh, yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it. No. We've got a life to live. They say, of the fittest shall survive.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Café is open for
You
business.
got to stay up.
Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Café and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Café. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
Welcome to Wednesday Hump Day.
Phew, what a day.
You know,
All I can do is laugh because we've got some friends out here in the set that we barely had a chance to say hello
we didn't even get a
to.
chance to talk to.
They've been here for a half hour. We haven't even said hello. Hello, you guys over there. It's been crazy busy, but it's good, right?
What's so good about it?
Jordana Foster spoke last night on Ready, Set, Go Beyond that Q4, that you should be your busiest in Q4 to roll into January 2022 for quarter one of the next year. So January 2022, I'm sorry. So this is the time to get up and go and push. And no better time to push. We don't even have time for a hard, soft open because we've got a guest who is on a time crunch because she's on a media blitz. And we have to get her in so we can have a little chit chat with our good friend Alexa.
You're hilarious.
We had Alexa join us yesterday. I'm letting you do your thing over there.
It ain't working.
That's not working for you?
I'm in Facebook jail.
You want to share the donuts?
No, that's just
We'll do that
your
later.
thing, yes.
We had Alexa join us yesterday on Tell Us Your Biz, and Alexa had an interview this morning with a TV station, I think in Washington. She's got another interview today at 12:30. And we have had the pleasure of knowing Alexa Rose Carlin since her inception of WEX, Women in Power Expo, 6 years ago. And she joined us virtually yesterday on the phone. We were hoping to get her in studio today, but this is one busy young lady. So let's bring Alexa over and say hey.
Hi,
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
It is so great to see you again. Look at that set behind you.
So this is just literally a makeshift set, and for some reason I have my professional camera and mic set up, but you can't select what microphone input. So this is just coming from my computer right now, so hopefully it's okay.
That's fine.
But had to adapt, right?
Yeah, and it works. The system is built for computers, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
You
Awesome.
sound amazing and look incredible to us. Thank you so much for joining us last night. And again today, we didn't get to see you, and Freddie was a little disappointed because I get to see you tonight at the media event, but he's going to be working again. So he's like, how come I don't get to see her? Here you go.
I get to see her now.
You ready to make a movie?
I know. I wish I could have come into the studio, but it's been crazy busy. But I'm glad that we got to make it work virtually.
This is amazing. And your assistant, Dylan, has been fantastic. So thank you to Dylan. Let everyone know about, we got a lot to squeeze in a few minutes with you. Give us a quick bio on where you came from, where you are, and where Adaptable is going to take you. So let's start with your story.
So I've been an entrepreneur since I'm 17 years old, always with the mission to make a difference in at least one person's life a day. And then that led to a near-death experience when I was just 21 years old, given a 1% chance to live. And that changed everything for me. It led me to have a chronic autoimmune disease, 7 years of nonstop obstacles and tragedy. But through that journey, I found a passion to share my story, to be vulnerable and authentic. I saw a need for diverse women to connect and collaborate versus compete. And I founded Women in Power X in 2016. And since then, we've impacted over 20,000 people at our events around the country, hundreds of thousands of people online in over 40 different countries attending our virtual events, as well as our courses and membership. And then this past year, I got picked up by a publisher and wrote the book Adaptable, which is all about how to adapt to the things that we cannot control. There's many of them. And it's really, each chapter is a short story that's super vulnerable, all about different parts of my journey, but all linked to a transformational lesson. So there's definitely times where people have cried in the book, the ones that were advanced readers. And then there's times where you laugh in the book. I mean, it's everything from experiences I had while in the coma to crazy encounters with Matisyahu on the beaches of Israel, or with Marc Jacobs in New York City. And it just is a really big testament to what can happen if you don't give up, you continue to fight for what you want, and you turn your obstacles into opportunities.
And you have always turned your obstacles into opportunities. Someone here always says you make your mess your message, and that is exactly what you have done.
Yes, definitely make your mess your message.
Since we have known you. And I have to ask you a question. You talk here in the synopsis that you've got two choices when presented with an obstacle, right? You either go forward with it, or it's going to bring you back and you're going to retreat. But how do you go forward? And I always say with grace and dignity, because you can go forward and you can, stomp over people, and you can just make more of a mess by going forward. But you always go forward in grace, and you have your obstacles, you have your health issues. How do you choose that? Like, what advice can you give to people?
Well, I would say, ask yourself, how bad do you want it, right? How bad do you want to live a better life? Do you want to stay in this darkness? Do you want to stay in this mindset of what is? Or do you want to shift your perspective and see things not as they are, but rather as they can be? And moving forward is not easy, but I always say, fear is inevitable, but listening to that fear is a choice. And it's the same thing when it comes to your life and your obstacles. Things happen, and we can sit back, we can complain, or we can act. And once you take ownership over your own life, everything changes. And it's not easy. It's never going to be easy, but it's worth it.
There comes a time when you first started, I remember you were telling us the things that were going on in your life and the blessings that you have now. And these things have made you the person you are today, stronger. Now the angle has changed, because all of a sudden you've become a role model for others to follow. And it's an old saying, you took all the bump and grind, and we get to see the betterment of all that bump and grind and do it correctly. What I like about what you're doing now is this is no longer you doing an event here in Fort Lauderdale. I mean, you've been all over the place, right? You've been in different states. Mm-hmm. You're writing books. I got a movie lady in here as well. So I'm going to tell you something. You're going to be doing that soon as well. The interesting aspect of where you came, where you are, and where you're going to be is remarkable. That's what I like about all of this. The book, we talked about the book last night on the other show. It had its setbacks. You couldn't get paper, the whole nine. I mean, it was toilet paper, whatever it was. It doesn't make a difference, because it's coming out when it's supposed to come out. And those are the changes that I see. You as a person, are you engaged now, I heard?
Yeah, I'm also engaged. It's just been a crazy journey, and I thank you so much for supporting me through all of it. But I think it really just goes to show, like, I've grown and I've learned and I've failed and I've been challenged in the public eye. And people have seen it. I mean, I'm not perfect. I always make mistakes, and I put myself out there, but through that, people have seen where I've been, what I've been through, and where I am now, and even still today, like sharing the hard times, sharing, the sad times, sharing the good times. But I don't want people to think like, oh, she's on TV or she's doing all this, and feel like, oh, I can't do that. I want to show, like, I'm just like anyone else. It's just about putting your mindset in the right place and believing that you can make it happen. and of course finding good people along the way, like you two.
What has been your most difficult obstacle to adapt to?
I would say my autoimmune disease by far, because it was debilitating for a long 6 to 7 years. People don't realize that I grew my company from my bedroom. I mean, there was 8 months where I was quarantined in my house because I couldn't leave. And it's interesting how we've all experienced that in some way. And it was definitely the hardest thing. And I was like, I can't do anything that I wanted. All my dreams were, I felt like my autoimmune disease stole my dreams. And I've heard that people say, like, COVID-19 stole my dreams. But my autoimmune disease didn't steal my dreams. COVID did not steal your dreams. It just makes you pivot to a different path. And that's okay. I truly believe things happen for a reason, but that has been the hardest challenge because it's never ending. And it really pushed me back, or what I felt like pushed me back for a long time. I mean, the times when I came into your studio to do some recordings, like those were my healthiest days. And it was far and few between.
And you would bring Nala with you, and we got to know your mom really, really well, and your sister is doing great. And to the world of social media, and I want to talk to this point because you are a huge vision on social media. Any platform, Alexa Rose Carlin is there, Wex is there. You share the good and the bad on social media. You share when you're getting your IV infusions, and you share your engagements. What do you tell, and I want to say the younger generation because you're a younger demographic, about social media and the stress and what it's like to be on social media?
There's definitely pros and cons to it. It can get very overwhelming, but I see it as a vehicle to connect with people, a vehicle to use my authentic voice to make a difference. And it's like anything, right? It all comes down to how you use it, how you consume it, and the purpose behind it. And so social media is a huge blessing in my life. It's what led me to not give up during those hard times, because I connected with people through live streaming back in like 2014. And so I can see where it can cause a lot of comparison mindset, a lot of self-doubt. But that's why it's so important to be mindful on how you're consuming it, what content you're consuming. And that's why I'm really always focused on the good. We never fight against things, but instead of fight for things. And that's with my company, Women in Power X. We focus on what's going right and how do we elevate more female voices. And same on social media. Like, there's so much good there, but you have to seek it out and you have to be part of it and contribute to it. And so I think that's what helped me grow so much, is that I'm very vulnerable. I'm not showing just the highlight reel, as well as I am looking to add value in the people's lives that consume my content.
Alexa, you've had to make adjustments as the growth has come upon you because you had to make decisions. Are you able to recognize these decisions faster now? Are you able to react to adjustments quicker now? Because it seems like your brain is faster now.
Yeah, that's a good question. I've never thought about it that way, but I would say yes, for sure. Experience has taught me to figure out how to make a better decision quicker, I guess. But it does not mean I'm always making the right decision. But for me, what I learned about myself, and this is why it's so important to do a lot of self-reflection, which Adaptable, the book, helps you do that. But I learned that when I don't make a decision, I get so overwhelmed, I can't focus on anything, and that indecisiveness is a decision in itself. And so I think through learning that, and just deciding, I always go back to Will Smith's, one of his motivational speeches is like, just decide, just see what you want, visualize it, and just decide to make it happen. And I play that over in my head, and that's what I've done. And so if it doesn't work out, I adapt and I keep on going.
And you have done that. When is the next WEX event?
So right now we don't have another one exactly planned. We have these adaptable book launch events that are free to attend. Tonight in Fort Lauderdale at Brew Next Door, which is our sponsor, and then also in Washington, D.C. in November, and in Raleigh, North Carolina in November. And so while it is launching the book, it's also a reconnection of this amazing community and all the good vibes that Women in Power X always has. But right now we are very focused on serving the WEX community through our membership, and we have coaching and training to really help women entrepreneurs go from unknown to unforgettable by using their authentic voice.
And you have a guide on your website on Women in Power X that helps you get through the steps without being overwhelmed and saying, I don't know what to do next. Did you create that?
Yes, so that action plan is literally the action plan that I use for every project, because I was always like, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to start an event. I want to write a book or get a publisher. I want to figure out how to build a studio. I was like, okay, number one, build a studio, get a camera. Number two, you can't even, there's so much, you get overwhelmed. And I was like, okay, let's just think of this in simplistic, terms. And I started to do it backwards. Before you have a full-on studio, you need to have the full setup. Before you can have the full setup, you have to buy the equipment. Before the equipment, you have to draw the layout. Before the layout, you have to know why you're doing this in the first place, right? And there you have it. You have an outline, and then you flip it back around, and it makes it much easier to put bullet points of action steps in between, like draw out the layout, write out my why, buy a camera, and you could do that for anything. And the key is momentum. And I think that's what's been such a big contributing factor. 3 things actually in my career: momentum, energy, and confidence. Confidence is a skill. Never had confidence growing up. It's a skill, just like any skill, you can learn it. Energy is like the pixie dust on all of your success. Energy is contagious. Always fuel other people with good energy, and they will be attracted to you. And momentum. As long as you take 1 step a day, you're going to build up that momentum.
And she keeps going. How do we get your book?
You can visit alexacarlin.com. We have all the links there, but it's also could be found anywhere books are sold. Your local bookstore, as well as Amazon, Target, Barnes & Noble. And it's called Adaptable by Alexa Carlin.
Thank you so much for joining us. You are a busy lady, and we really appreciate you making the time for us today and last night.
Definitely, of course. Thank you so much for your support, and I can't wait to see you tonight.
I'll see you tonight. Have a great day, honey. Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
The other one.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
What a story.
Yes.
And she is always like this.
I know.
Since we've known her.
I know. It's been a minute, as they say.
It's been a minute.
It's really funny because if you watch sports, and I know you don't like football, coaches play the game in speed. And you can notice when somebody changes speeds if you know them long enough. Like I know you long enough to see it. And the mind begins to roam quicker, and you can do adjustments as you're going along. So I see that with her. Now you got to remember, when we first met this lady, used to call her this kid, but she's no longer a kid. She was very ill.
Yeah.
To the point of really, really bad. And that we had her in studio at iHeart was a miracle that she was even there.
Yep.
To see where she's come from. Now she's done stuff in Washington, I think Vegas, North Carolina, California. She's done these places. And now she's become a role model for what's going on there. So, you got to tip your hat.
I can't wait to get a copy. I'll get you a signed copy tonight as well.
You better.
I'll get one for you and one for me.
You better.
Let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're heading to the movies. We've got Rochelle Walker with us, joining us from Movies of Delray. We're going to kick off a big event coming up in November. And of course, you can't have popcorn without butter. So we're heading to Georgia, to see Ms. Torrye Wells of Precious Treasures Gourmet Food. So stay tuned. We'll be right back on this wonderful Wednesday.
With enough butter, anything is good. Torrye Wells from Precious Treasures Gourmet Foods thinks so, because she single-handedly updated and expanded butter's possibilities. From compound, savory, sweet, and spicy, her freshly made butters aim to please. I don't know about you, but I've never really seen butter this versatile before, and now so feasible. With online shopping, just visit Precious Treasures Gourmet Foods.com, because at Precious Treasures, Torrye is working on the best artisan gourmet foods to every table. Remember, guys, true love is like butter. There's no substitute for the real thing.
Even though some things are far away, we plan for them ahead of time because they're important. When it comes to your celebration of life, it's really no different. You want to plan ahead now so your family doesn't have to later, and create a service that reflects your values, character, and traditions, no matter what they may be. At Dignity Memorial, we listen to every detail and make sure everyone is remembered.
Looking for a place to get your ice cream fix? Look no further than Cold Stone Creamery. At Cold Stone, we make our ice cream fresh every single day in store. We have over 20 different ice cream base flavors and over 30 different mix-ins to choose from. We also have plenty of signature creations if you don't want to go ahead and choose your own. To end your creation, you can put it in one of our freshly made waffles. We have ice cream cakes, ice cream sandwiches, milkshakes, smoothies, banana splits, sundaes, and so many other things for you to come check out and enjoy. We are the official ice cream store of the Brooklyn Café. Hope to see you soon, and remember, it's always a great day for ice cream.
Since 9 years old, Gina Presser has created enchanting, whimsical art. She conjures pieces from real stories and artistically expresses the feelings had from them. Achieved with Italian papers, paints, flowers, metals, and clays. Her eccentric finishing touch is her glittery diamond dust cascaded across her paintings and pottery. Gina Presser also hosts weekend art camps, teaching adults and children pottery, painting, and jewelry. Her work can be found in multiple staging homes, family Christian bookstores, and in New Jersey boutiques. For more information, Gina can be reached at livinglifeartfully@gmail.com or by phone at 954-857-5444.
Watching the Brooklyn Café Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
And we are back on this wacky
and
Wednesday.
This portion of the show is brought to you by
Mini Donut World. Oh, wow. They have yet to be eaten yet. More to come on that one.
Well, because they're taking pictures of them.
I know. They did a whole spot on that. Mini Donut World located in Cooper City at 8763 Sterling Road. And we've got a little bit of regular donuts and the adult infused. You know, there's nothing like just picking off the marshmallows. Do you have any idea what willpower that takes for me?
We're not even letting you hold this box.
I know. It's not easy.
So you brought up a good point the other day. These little pipettes hold the booze. If you don't squeeze them, the donuts have no booze in them.
That's where people get a little confused.
They get confused. So if you order these donuts, don't order them with the pipette if you don't want them.
Right.
Or if you want them without booze, but you want to order them with the booze, you can take the booze out and drink it. And there's a lot of different things you could do, but they're not infused with booze.
So I've decided I eat my donuts top down.
There isn't enough donut to top down nothing.
Yeah, so I usually, if they're the infused ones on a Friday, I start with the alcohol and I, take a shot of the alcohol.
Okay.
And then I go with the icing or the crunchies.
We are playing a game on Friday.
And then I decide whether I'm going to actually eat the donut or have the willpower not to. And 99 times out of 100, I do not have the willpower not to eat the donut.
Well, I got some bad news for you. That show that we're doing Friday, the game, there's going to be a penalty every time you
Can we take a shot every time we mess up?
You may have to take a shot. You may have to eat a donut. We're going to have like a hat, and you got to pick out your penalty.
The 2020 game.
The 2020 game. But this is one part, and I'll let you hand this to the kids so they can put it out. The other part of this is the donut box surprise. Now, what we're going to be doing is on the morning show, I'm only going to do it one time on here. But on the morning show, there'll be something inside this box.
Ooh, what's in there?
And there's a gift inside this box. Now, there could be anything. It could be 2 tickets to the movies. There could be a popcorn. There could be an empty bottle of Gubba. You get that stuff. You get the good, the bad, and the ugly. So today, I just wanted to open it up.
What's in there?
Now, if you recall, I opened up the card that we just did.
Oh, okay.
Because this allows a business to get a free interview.
Can I tell you the funny thing is I'm excited to know what's in the box, and I know everything that's in the studio. And
No.
What's in the box?
Freddie's going to.
I'm excited about what's in the box.
Freddie's going to do this at home. You see, you don't know what's coming either. Because you spill the beans all over the place.
Say hi to the Afikoman, yes.
Say hi to who?
The
Don't confuse me. I mean, they may be a book.
Your flight to happiness, yes.
They may be anything. They may be a date with Slick. I mean, you never know what the penalty is going to be.
The Panty Man.
The Panty Man can't. Because he sprinkles it with love and then the world tastes good. But all that stuff is going to be on the morning show. And the guest box. The mystery box.
All right, coming to you tomorrow morning. You'll have to tune into the morning show.
And you're a little nervous, right?
Yes, actually, I am.
Because I'm going to tell you, payback is a BITCH. All I got to tell you. Here, Slick, hand out donuts because I know you're dying for these.
No, I'm not. I'm watching my figure.
You're watching your physique. Yeah. Take a look at these. Contact Mini Donut World. You can find them on all social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, at Mini Donut World. It smells amazing. They taste incredible, and they will make any flavors and any designs that you want. They do logos, they do businesses, they do corporate, they deliver, they do adults with the pipettes. A guilty pleasure. There you go.
And we're going to have the Mini Donut World cam going out. They're going to take a box of donuts, they're going to visit the community, and they're going to ask them to try it. It's really interesting. When you go in public and you ask somebody, can you taste this? What do you think they tell you? No. I'm watching my figure. I'm watching my figure. Then nobody wants to eat the donut because they don't want to admit that if you walk away, they'll probably eat the whole box.
Whole box.
The whole box. Some people eat it like you, from the top, bottom down,
from the top
sideways.
Down.
And some people just eat them.
You just do one giant bite.
You got to have a little fun.
Justin Mooney yesterday said it's a 2-biter. You are like Justin it's a Mooney. 1. Me, I eat from the top down. A nibbler. Then I break it apart.
How many bites does it take to eat a mini donut?
Me, a lot. Me, like 4.
That's ridiculous.
You do 1.
You got to have fun in life. You think I'm going to live forever? No. By the time I go 100 bites in this donut, I may not even be here anymore. Yeah. What's the matter with you? You got to go quick. Now, talking about fun. This is another box that could be a secret surprise. This box can be inside that box.
Do you remember Cracker Jacks?
Yeah.
I would dig to the bottom just for the toy, right? And again, backwards. You get the toy out first, and then you would eat the popcorn, and then you'd pick out the peanuts, and everyone has their way of eating things. How did you eat your Cracker Jacks?
How do we go from popcorn to Cracker Jacks?
Because popcorn.
Follow the bit.
Cracker Jacks is caramel popcorn.
Follow the bit. Let me finish the bit.
So sorry. Yeah.
So they could be. This box could be inside that box.
Outrageous, I know.
This box could be inside that box.
Okay.
There could be car keys in here, a la Oprah.
Oh.
Your car keys are going to be in there? I got to play.
A la Oprah.
This looks like I got to play.
You could be Slick's car. You know, there's always a on the show. There could be Slick's car. You know, there could be a seat assignment at a movie theater where you go there and you check underneath the seat, and there could be a prize. There's a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing with these things and that things and a few other things. All right, now you want to talk about Cracker Jack?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm all good. But you make me go to the whole nostalgic kind of thing I used to do as a kid. You know what the donuts do also, because they've got fruity pebbles on them. It makes you think of all the stuff you did as kids, right? Cracker Jacks and fruity pebbles.
Somebody who don't like to eat donuts.
I love to eat sweets. Like sweets for me, desserts all day long. So I usually eat dessert first and then I work my way backwards. I do a lot of things backwards, apparently.
Well, I got a surprise for you. Anybody ever had the jalapeno donut? Hot donut. They sell a chip in one bag, one chip in a bag. You ever seen this, the challenge?
Are we going to challenge
and
this
you
again?
eat this chip and people start crying. It's like the hottest thing in the world. You ever seen this? Anybody ever seen it?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to introduce you.
It's like the special hot chip challenge.
The sports guys did it. They started crying like a baby. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide that chip into 4 pieces because these donuts are small. And we are going to put the hot donut challenge.
You're making me nervous again.
Why? That is a riot. Even my son said that. I wouldn't even watch that.
Do you remember we did a hot sauce challenge with you and you end up with your face in the pool?
It almost killed me.
That was funny.
They gave me 4 or 5 of them, and then the hottest one was the last one. And there was a pool at our other studio, a little wading pool. And I jumped in there, put my face in there, came back with towels.
Came back with washcloths and his head wrapped, and
I was in a lot
he
of pain.
decided his infinite wisdom on this
I couldn't
hot
talk
sauce
for a while.
challenge, and it was a sponsor to mix them all. And he went like, "Whoop! I got to find the video on
No,
that.
you
It
don't.
was hilarious."
No, you don't. Moving on. That's like carrying a tablespoon of cinnamon.
Well, actually, we're going to move into a tablespoon of butter. We've got Ms. Torrye Wells joining us from Precious Treasures Gourmet Foods over in Tampa. And I wanted to introduce Torrye to Rochelle from the Movies of Delray. So we're going to do this virtually. Torrye is coming to the event, though, on November 20th. Hey, Ms. Torrye.
Yes, I am. Hi, guys. How are you today?
We're great. How are you doing?
I am fantastic.
So we've got Rochelle here.
We got Rochelle. Now I wanted to mention. Nice to meet you. Let's put up a 3. I wanted to mention that I went to the movie theater to watch James Bond on Saturday, and it was a lot of fun. And I wanted to steal her furniture, the things on the wall and everything else. I got to tell you something. I am so amazed at what you did on the walls. I've gone into eBay. And I am now posting eBay challenges. You know how you sort of bid on stuff? Yes. For about 50 of those things, because I came up with an idea. She put the reels on the wall.
Right.
And then she has the movie projector, which she's going to encase and everything else on the wall. You got to see this stuff.
And I have to tell you, we had a guest in a couple days ago, and they've never met you, but they love your brother.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
my goodness.
My brother. Yes, he is my brother.
They
yes.
went, Glenn, and she went like, oh my gosh, anything they need, I'm in, let me help and let me do, and she went on and on and on about your brother.
Yes.
And she said she had never had the pleasure of meeting you yet, but your brother.
Oh, that's so funny. Yes,
right?
he is his own persona. He is
He's
my
be
brother.
With us soon. I also heard that there are people like Wayne from Dignity Memorial are getting involved with the movie theater. Wayne from Dignity Memorial.
Yes.
He's getting involved with the movie theater.
He is. Yes.
He came in here yesterday to tell us the news.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
He says to me, "Oh, we're gonna have a lot of vendors." And I scratch my head. I says, "You're gonna have a lot of vendors, inside, outside." So he's more caught up in this win than I am. I says, "Okay, here we go."
Absolutely, yes.
Which is great. So, Torrye, we have some butter out on the table, and we kind of have this butter challenge. We've got Denise Casal, we've got Rochelle Walker, and they've got different butters. So Alana has given them some bread and butters to try the seasonal ones you have sent us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sounds
I got to tell you,
I'm so excited.
Looking
forward to this.
I melted the steak butter.
Yes.
With some of your popcorn.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you, it's a mucho caliente.
That's what Rochelle said. I got to find a better pairing for popcorn.
That is the hottest popcorn. I'm going to tell you, I ate the whole thing. You know something about hot popcorn? It's contagious.
Yes.
You can't stop eating the damn thing.
Popcorn is
I was
contagious.
sweating.
Once you
crying.
start, you just can't. You can't stop. It's like you can't just eat one.
I ate that whole
Exactly.
bag you left here.
Oh my goodness! Really?
A human-sized bag.
That was like a Santa goodie bag.
This
I'm
bag
glad
is
you
bigger
enjoyed
than
it.
you, butter lady, and I'm gonna tell you nothing for you to do right now.
I'm really glad you enjoyed it. Thank
So, Torrye,
Very
you're going to be
nice.
coming in for the event on November 20th?
I am coming in for the event on November 20th. I am just so excited to be providing you with butter. I think it's an awesome event, and I am glad to be a part of it. I can't wait, Rochelle. I'm excited.
I'm excited too to have you come in and bring all these different butters that we can use on popcorn. Everybody can try it and taste it. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm so looking forward to
I think
it.
it's going to be a grand time. Yes, I think it's
Yeah.
going to be a grand time. We're going to have a ball. I'm just going to bring out the top flavors. Of course, they always ask me what's my flavor for popcorn, and I say garlic and basil. That is my favorite on the popcorn. It's good. I even put it on the label.
Garlic and basil, and I think we have a garlic and basil there as well.
Right.
Now-
we have garlic and basil, and in honor of Halloween in October and fall, we have pumpkin as well.
And we have a walnut cranberry.
That's good. The walnut
Be
cranberry
used
is
on
really good.
bread, waffles, biscuits, cornbread, pancakes, French toast, bagels, and scones.
Oh, delicious. All right, ladies, so dig in. You let us know.
Do they have the steak one there?
Oh, yeah. See here.
Oh, you got to try that one.
Well,
Really?
There's the garlic
Oh,
basil,
Freddie, you mean
and
you
then we
saved
have
some
the
steak butter for them?
steak.
We hit it, Torrye.
Is that it?
Yes.
So the steakhouse cowboy can be used on bread, pork, beef, fish, turkey, and pasta. Pasta.
You got to try
What
that
a
one.
great
And you're
idea.
a foodie.
I'm a foodie.
And you like hot food.
No.
You're going to love this. You're going to love this. I got to tell you, I don't know what it is, but when you melt that one, it gets hotter.
So I'm going to tell you something. I was at an event this past week, and a lady wanted some butter for her husband. She was not like a really big butter fan, but she wanted something different for her husband. So she decides to get the steakhouse butter, and she makes grilled cheese. He went from I don't like sourdough bread to I need 4 sandwiches. Using the steakhouse butter. So I think I'm going to have to add grilled cheese to the label. I mean, you can't go wrong with the spicy grilled cheese now, can you?
Wow, that is
That's
true.
interesting.
A spicy
You're going to have to
grilled
make
cheese.
a Brooklyn Cafe butter. Someone come up
Yes.
with that.
Maybe like a coffee butter.
Yes, I need to get all of your personalities in one butter. I
We
don't
need
know
vodka
what
Can
butter.
you imagine putting our personalities in a butter?
Vodka
that-
butter.
Yeah, it would be confetti butter.
Freddie, what personality would you? Okay, Torrye, what personality would Freddie be as butter?
Vodka. Butter. You can drink it, you can wear it, you can eat it.
Yeah, he's like a little spice. I don't know if it would be steakhouse, but he's more like a Moroccan.
You're like a
That's
Moroccan
me, baby.
spicy
There you go.
butter.
I
You and
spicy.
James Bond.
I would
What
say
we
that
call
was
it
a,
salsa butter.
that movie. You got to go see that James Bond movie. We have a producer here who went to see it, and she saw it backwards. She saw the ending, then went to another theater, saw the middle, and then went to another theater, saw the beginning. It was like craziness.
All right, ladies, dig in. Let us know which one you like. They're going to try the butters. Torrye, where are you this weekend for people to get their butter?
I am going to be at Westwood Chapel this weekend at the shops. I'll be set up with about 8 different flavors this week. So come on out, get your butters on. And I got the holiday flavors coming this weekend. I got the apple, onion, and grilled cheese. I have the pumpkin and pecan that folks are raving about right now. And then, of course, you know, I'll have my top flavors out, which is Steakhouse Cowboy, Nature Herb, Sweet Cinnamon Orange. And guess what's rising to the top, guys? I am actually shocked, but Blackberry Cognac is making an appearance, and it is going through the roof. Folks love Blackberry Cognac butter.
Oh, that sounds like I'm in. Blackberry cognac butter.
I'm
For
in.
the holidays?
With a-
That's me.
So
I want.
here's this sourdough bread that I use with the blackberry cognac. It's called chocolate vodka that I get from the sourdough company where I get
Wow.
the bread with the chocolate and the blackberries and cognac. It is amazing. It's like the best French toast you've ever had.
Wow.
You're gonna infuse it in the bread itself.
No, the bread has already got the chocolate. It's already rolled in there like a cinnamon roll. And then you just top it with, making French toast, right? And then using the blackberry cognac butter on top of all of that. It is an amazing combination.
Chocolate
like-
vodka bread with blackberry cognac butter. I think I'll fast until I see you. I'm in. Well, all right, ladies, let's see how you like the butter. Let's bring up a
do you
3
like it?
shot.
You like it? And which one you like better?
So I tried the garlic basil. Delicious, wonderful. I could see it on
Can you not
everything:
see that on
breads,
a
pastas, and popcorn. Definitely.
Absolutely.
Trying pumpkin now.
I tried the pumpkin and I liked it. It has a nice orange finish to it, orange zest, but I can taste that pumpkin in there. It's very soft. I like that one very much. I also tried the walnut cranberry, which brought me right to Thanksgiving. I could see that all over the table and everything. Great combo.
Absolutely.
And I know I said I don't like spicy.
Did you try it?
I tried it, and I like it. My other half doesn't, but I like it.
There.
I know, and I'm not a steak lover, so I went, not so much, until I tried it. And you could put it on anything.
Anything.
Sorry, you're going to have to share your steakhouse cowboy.
It's funny.
There you
I
go.
didn't like it either, and then I looked down and I ate the
He ate
freaking
the whole
thing.
thing.
And I was crying because
Yeah, I
if you
sent
keep
you
eating
more,
it, it gets a
Freddie.
little spicy.
This time around, I sent you more so you can enjoy more of it, okay? I sent more this
She
time.
did. She sent us 3 steakhouse butters.
Now I gotta tell you something. I'm thinking about how to use this in different ways. Like you can actually use it as a dip. You can use it if it stays liquid, and you know how you go to the movie theater and you hit the little button, and they over here they put the butter on for you because they put it in the middle and at the end.
Oh.
Linda says to me, "Boy, this has a lot of butter."
But I'm going to tell you how I'm going to use it tonight. I'll give you an idea
layer
for
it.
tonight. So today is Hump Day Wednesday, and I like calzones, so I make them from scratch. And today we're going to have a steak calzone. And we're going to use that steakhouse
calzone.
butter right in.
Wow.
You
That's
put butter on the
different.
calzone. You
Wow.
know that's really that is dangerous.
A
Now,
steak
can you
calzone.
see that with a nice grilled cheese and the steak and all the peppers and all that stuff inside a calzone with that butter?
You should be like a food critic.
Aren't you a chef?
I used to have my own catering business. I cater every now and again. I just don't do it as much as I used to because butter is taking center stage for me right now. So, I'm all geeked and excited about butter. I don't cater quite as much as I used to. But yes, I am indeed the foodie cook.
You
But
know,
she-
it is breast cancer month.
Right.
And so what if you made a pink butter and complement that to where we are have pink on because it is, of course, breast cancer awareness, but that could be super cool to see is a pink butter
Absolutely.
with
Pink
your
butter.
touch on it.
Yeah, I think that would either be strawberry because I make a strawberry butter.
There you go.
So
There
there
you
you
go.
have the strawberry. You got your peak going. And believe it or not, blackberry cognac is kind of pinkish. It's not a dark color. It's kind of pink looking. So I got you covered. And I'm out for the month of October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It is showing up at all the markets.
Love it.
That's amazing.
We should make a pink sourdough bread.
Okay.
Yes.
I have no idea how to do that.
Rochelle, do you cook?
I really do not. That would not be my
Nobody
area.
in here cooks.
No.
They say they
I
do,
bake.
but
I bake. I
you
don't-
do?
I
How
like
do
to
you
bake.
make a pink sourdough bread?
It's just,
Food coloring?
yeah.
Listen, I got it all beat. I just put ketchup on everything. It turns red to pink. You just got to spread it around a little bit. Piece of
Well,
cake.
I got to say, Freddie, to all my non-cookers like Rochelle, feel free to use these butters to enhance any meal that you prepare, and I don't think you'll go wrong. I think you will enjoy it.
I'm thinking I could try it even with the pre-prepared meals that I bring in, and I can just, if you just want the house to smell good, saute a little butter, onion, and garlic, and then throw the pre-made chicken in it, and then it's like you cooked it, and it's got a whole nother flavor.
Pre-made chicken.
Yes.
In other words, the chicken has been cooked already. You're just going to throw it in there and cook it again?
Just a little bit of zhuzh.
You could
Just
go
a little
with
zhuzh heat.
A little what?
Zhuzh.
I love that. Zhuzh.
Zhuzh. A little zhuzh.
A little Jewish should take
Not
you
Jewish. We don't cook. Zhuzh.
Jewish don't cook?
Zhuzh. Yes, zhuzh.
Jewish people don't cook? Yes, they do.
They do. I just don't. Zhuzh. Rochelle, did you like the pumpkin?
I did. I enjoyed the pumpkin. It's a wonderful flavor. It's very light but yet very rich and delicious. And so yes, I could see it on a lot of different things. And right now, this is the season for pumpkin. Everything has pumpkin in it now, so it would be it's wonderful. I really like the garlic basil and the steak, and I'm working my way through to the walnut cranberry.
I stopped halfway.
Yeah, I stopped as I went that way as well.
And Torrye, people can order the little butter medallions from you, and you will ship them anywhere in the United States.
Absolutely. All they have to do is go out to PreciousTreasuresGourmetFoods.com, pick butters, and I will ship them next day, sometimes 2 days, depending on where they live. But yes, that's how you get the butters.
And you're not doing catering service. So somebody in Tampa wanted to hire you as a chef. Would you do it or no?
Absolutely, yes.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
You see, if you don't
Wonderful.
ask,
You
you
know.
don't get.
Absolutely, yes.
Somebody whispered in my
That's
good
right,
ear
absolutely.
that you do catering. She happens to be pretty modest because she's pretty freaking good, they tell me.
I know. She pairs things with, I can't even say that cheese. Gruyere?
Greer.
Gruyere
Yes.
cheese. I can't even say it, and she cooks with it.
She cooks with anything. You stand still long enough, she'll cook you.
Don't even go there.
She will teach you how to cook.
But I'm excited to send some butter to my kids in D.C. for Thanksgiving, because apparently they're
Well-
cooking Thanksgiving, because I'm coming in
Well,
on
either
Thanksgiving.
you bring it or you send it.
I'm going to send it so they can cook before I get there.
She has a plan.
I'm a good mom.
Right. She has a plan,
Wow.
a travel plan.
Wow, that's amazing. You thought of all that?
And then don't
Covering
forget
it.
about our holiday season, period, though, Don and Freddie. You can't forget about our holiday season, because we're going to do holiday boxes with our top flavors inside. And of course, if you want something for Thanksgiving, the additional flavor is a walnut and cranberry. And then if you want something for Christmas, I haven't quite decided what I want to do yet, but it's going to be a fun butter in there for Christmas. So you get the top flavors and a fun one.
Wow. Are you going to be
Don't
bringing
you
some
like it?
holiday boxes down?
Great.
I'll bring holiday boxes down when I come on the 20th. Absolutely.
Wow.
Let me
Rochelle,
know
this is
if-
going to be
Yes.
amazing.
Let
It's
me
going to
know.
be so
Be a
much
part of the
fun. We're
box game.
excited that you're coming down for this.
I am so excited, and I'm so sorry I missed you last week, but it was a pleasure to have met you today.
All right, ladies.
Let
more
me know
to
if you
come.
need a U-Haul driver, because my son, I'll make him drive over.
If the refrigerated truck.
Drafting Gio.
Drafting Gio. Torrye, thank you so much. They can go to Precious Treasures Gourmet
Do you need a
Food.
strong cup of coffee to get you through your day?
You guys, there you go. Precious Treasures Gourmet Foods.
Yes, .com.
.com.
PreciousTreasuresGourmetFoods.com. You can find me on Instagram the same way, Precious Treasures Gourmet Foods, and Facebook, Precious Treasures Gourmet Foods. Come on out, support us on the 20th. We'll love to have you come out to our movie. It's a great awareness, and I am so proud to be a part of it.
Oh,
Thank you so much for having me.
We're so excited. All right, more to come. Thanks, Torrye.
Bye, guys.
It's all about
Good
the
to see you
butter.
today.
It reminds me, James Bond had this piece where they had this lady in silk.
Butter?
No, she was in gold, like Goldfinger. I think it was Goldfinger. And they had her dressed up in gold. You remember that movie?
Sure.
So I was thinking we could have a butter lady, all dressed up in butter.
Makes me think of that, like, the Nutella challenge.
There's a
yes.
company that says that already. It's a company that says that.
All right, let's take a commercial break. When we come back, let's head over to the movies. Let's talk to Rochelle and let's talk to Denise, see what they've got going on November 20th and what Denise is cooking. Or not really cooking. Anyway, stay tuned. A little bit of zhuzh. We'll be right back.
Do you need a strong cup of coffee to get you through your day? Try your very own Brooklyn Café Show coffee, the official coffee of the Brooklyn Café Show. You can pick up a bag from us, or two. Contact us at 866-224-5422, or just stop on by. We're at 2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard, Suite 13. Come on in, grab a bag of our signature Brooklyn Café coffee. The cafe doors are always open.
When your property suffers from water, mold, fire, or biohazard, you need a professional remediation company that is fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Rescue Clean 911 offer 24/7 emergency service with 1-hour response times now in your area. Water, mold, fire, biohazard. Call now 1-833-253-2699.
Handling the hard jobs with a soft touch.
Amp Media Productions and WNN Money Talk Radio have been in conjoint business for 10 years. They've been working around the clock, nonstop, to promote over 500 shows and businesses with added platforms such as social media live streaming, podcasts, and the specialty of live radio. To amplify your impact and start your show today, contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422.
Welcome to Mini Donut World, where the donuts are hot, fresh, and delicious, made to order and customizable by you. Gourmet specialty flavors such as apple pie, French toast, campfire, and strawberry cheesecake are always popular. Looking to tailor your appetite? Build your own mini donuts. Choose from over 18 flavored donut bases, add on your icing flavor, and choose from over 15 toppings and drizzles. While kids enjoy our design your own kits to take home, our 21 and over customers love our alcohol-infused donuts. Come visit Mini Donut World at 8763 Sterling Road in Cooper City. Have questions or want to place an order? Give us a call at 954-369-2301. We know you will love each bite of our deliciously distinctive mini donuts.
Looking for a place to get your ice cream fix? Look no further than Cold Stone Creamery. At Cold Stone, we make our ice cream fresh every single day in store. We have over 20 different ice cream base flavors and over 30 different mix-ins to choose from. We also have plenty of signature creations if you don't want to go ahead and choose your own. To end your creation, you can put it in one of our freshly made waffles. We have ice cream cakes, ice cream sandwiches, milkshakes, smoothies, banana splits, sundaes, and so many other things for you to come check out and enjoy. We are the official ice cream store of the Brooklyn Café. Hope to see you soon, and remember, it's always a great day for ice cream.
Brooklyn Café Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
And we're back
I gotta tell
at
you.
the Brooklyn Café on a buttery Wednesday.
Buttery Wednesday.
Slip sliding buttery Wednesday. Let's head over to our movie theater, Movies of Delray. Rochelle, I am so excited about this event on November 20th.
We are too. We are so excited that we're going to be able to be hosting this event as part of Green Bowl and Alzheimer's, and also do a grand reopening of the theater. It's been a long time.
You know, it's funny. I was looking through my memories. They all come up. And so 3 years ago today, which is kind of weird. I guess it was over on the weekend. It was the release of When All That's Left Is Love, and I was at your movie theater with this movie, and I posted about it, and it came up this morning, and I thought, how serendipitous that you're here, and we actually have this walkthrough today.
Right, and it's a movie that Eric Gordon did. He's the director of this movie. It's his family story of his dad dealing with Alzheimer's, but more so, it's how his mom had to deal and how she was able to handle it and cope, and the phases, and how hard it is for the family member that's dealing with the person who has Alzheimer's. A powerful movie, extremely powerful movie.
It's a powerful movie, and the first time we covered the Brain Bowl, what was this? We're going on our 5th year, I think, covering the Brain Bowl. The first thing they told us was that one person with Alzheimer's or dementia affects 19 people. And I think that's just a minimum. If you think about your family, how many lives that one person touches.
It's really funny because I didn't know that there was anybody dealing with Alzheimer's. In Puerto Rico, when you have Alzheimer's, they put you in front of a television set and they give you a sandwich and a Coke.
Right.
And they leave you there all day.
Right.
And when you have to go to the bathroom, hopefully the person says something, but that's the way it was dealt with in the day. It wasn't until I came to Florida, I learned a lot of things, and that was one of them. But Pam's event is the biggest event in Boca, maybe South Florida. From what I remember the first time you took me there, and I looked around because it was this massive, massive place. And then I thought we were going to put it up against the wall, so you got to do is set the cameras and go. Oh no, that would be too easy. We had to have it in the middle of a ring, like a boxing ring.
Oh,
in the middle of the floor with 1,200 people around.
Yep.
So I looked at this one and says, "Are you serious?" I says, "You know, you got to put runners. I had to bring in people to stand by the wires to make sure they didn't trip, because people were running on stage. You had dancers. Right. We had to use 4
Mary Lou
cameras.
Hanner was there.
Mary
From
Lou
one of
Hanner
them, that
was
was the
there one
second
year.
one, I think. Yep.
Oh my God! I know it gave me a migraine about the complexity, but it taught us how to raise and elevate our game.
But that's not even until April 1st.
Right. This is right before.
This is a pre-kickoff on November 20th. Tell us about the event.
So we are going to be showing Eric Gordon's movie, When All That's Left Is Love. We are also going to have the reopening of the theater, the grand reopening, since we had been closed for so long during the pandemic. And we are going to have vendors there, sponsors that can be talking about their products, like Torrye, and coming in for this. We're excited about having everybody there and participating and raising money for Brain Bowl, for Pam Polani's event that we're going to be having, along with seeing the movie, so that people can know and understand how difficult this situation is. And for the caregiver, it is so important to be there for that person as they're dealing with it. You know, we don't see what they're dealing with behind the scenes, and how emotional and how difficult it is for them to be dealing with their loved one who is slowly but surely deteriorating mentally. It's a difficult disease. So any kind of money that can be raised, that we can put towards this, that we can have people and be aware of it, is so very, very important, especially in this community.
That's awesome.
It's going to be a fantastic event, but even more than the event, because Pam is so gracious in our community and she supports so many great businesses and people. We got to reopen your movie theater.
That's the part I'm excited.
We got to reopen your movie theater. We got to get people back out to the movies. $6 a ticket. I know you still got your popcorn box. $6 a ticket. You went to the movies last week. What was it like?
Oh my God, I had a ball. I got into the theater late because she was giving me a tour. I didn't want to go into the theater because I wanted to see more and more things that she was showing me. I didn't tell you, simple math, 1 and 1 equals 2. You can either go here for $6, which I don't know how she's going to stay open at $6, or you can go down the street and pay $18. Sometimes $21 a ticket.
Crazy.
And that is just bad business. But I know we have the event with Pam. Love Pam. But I want to do a whole lot of merengue before we get there. I want to do all sorts of shows. I got people that want to meet you. I got other shows that want to put you on the air because your message is loud and clear. You are exactly what we all are. You're a small business growing and going.
Exactly.
Been closed for a little bit. Now it's reopening. And we
Right.
got to make some noise.
Right.
Really simple. Let people know you're there. We want to put lights in there. We got some DJs that want to come and mix in there.
Yes.
I was told that you do dances in there. Is that true?
We do. We do. We have a large lobby, and we host, a DJ, have them come in, and we'll do a 70s party or an 80s party. A lot of fun, a lot of excitement in the lobby. When we redid it, we combined the old with the new. So that's what you were seeing is the old movie reels when the theater first opened that had the movie reels, the projectors, and all the old film, as well as now the new, because obviously everything is digital, everything's computerized. So yes, yes, we'll do venues, we're a venue. We'll host an event in the lobby and couple it with a movie. One of the things we were just talking about is domestic abuse and domestic violence, and to be able to teach a course, Mike was just saying, in domestic abuse awareness.
And self-defense. I mean, so
Absolutely.
I'm willing to do a course that I've been teaching for many, many years with, again, rape prevention, domestic violence, anti-bullying programs that I charge $3,000 for a seminar, and I'm willing to do it for free at your facility. If you want to set that up, we'll use the lobby, and of course we'll promote your company and promote this amazing, event that you got going on.
I would love to, because I think it is so important for the community to understand and see how they can maybe avoid these avoid situations.
Absolutely.
And to obviously with all the awareness that's going on now in the news, to definitely be able to protect and protect yourself.
Sure.
For
Just
this.
knowing
So
the
I'm
basics.
so
it can
appreciative.
save so many lives, for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. If it could save one person, then it's worth it.
Absolutely.
And if they can pass that along to others and help them get out of these horrific situations that could be deadly.
Absolutely.
So it's a theater with purpose.
Yes.
There you
yes,
go.
definitely.
The amazing thing is the people that were telling me about the dancing in the lobby is, remember how they used to have Soul Train and they used to walk in the middle of it
Yes.
to a camera at the end of it?
Are you going to lead it?
I do remember
I'm going
that.
to be recording it. But I also have another idea where I want to do a runway model piece where they walk down and onto the stage all before the movie. So I want to give them a little bit of an entertainment before. There are people that want to get involved with this thing as well. And they want to present it a little bit different. And then you get to see the movie, which I think is really clever in doing it, whether you do it in the lobby, you do it in the theater, whatever it is that you can work on it, whatever the logistics are. I think it's a different way of showing movies because the movie business is changing. Now, I know this because I go to the movies every weekend. Every weekend I go.
Right.
I don't care what the hell is playing. Now, have you ever had a masquerade party?
I have not. That would be amazing.
Like the Great Gatsby's playing and you theme it out with the masquerade.
There you go.
And then you have
not the mask, like a party mask.
you put a mask.
Make sure to be clear which mask we're talking about.
A masquerade.
Masquerade, the fancy
Wear the
mask.
fancy mask.
that we're all used to.
And you give a prize out to the winner, whoever has
Absolutely.
the most outrageous, tasteful outfit. I did this in New York at the Lowest Paradise once, and they got me a stupid mask. It had like horns and all sorts, and I freaking won.
Of course you did.
It's crazy.
Wait for Halloween.
It was the most horrible thing I've ever seen.
But what I love, their movie theater though, you show the blockbusters, but you also play homage to the artsy movies, those that are in the film festivals that you can't find anywhere else.
Right.
That really deserve a place, and people want to see them, and you don't know where you can see them.
Yes. So because we are a first run theater, we'll play movies, like you said, the James Bond movie and all of the new blockbusters, but we will couple it with art house movies that are documentaries, many foreign films. We do the Met Opera live coming in from the Met. We're glad they're back again this year. And the Bolshoi Ballet. So we do a lot of different things, but we are a art house that is an independent theater. So yeah,
And it's
we
funny-
do a lot of different
An
type
art
of
house.
things.
I like
And yes, I
that.
love the idea of doing the fashion show.
They are doing the West Palm Beach Film Festival.
Mm-hmm.
And certain things happen. We didn't have enough time. We were going to
Mhm.
go there and stream and everything else. But they have 23 independent filmmakers.
Yes.
So I want to bring them all for you to meet. Not to put them all at one time, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe stretch it out and put a cause around it and everything else. I mean, you're going to have to sit down and watch a lot of movies, but
Mm-hmm.
The
Right.
Treasure Coast International Film Festival.
Yeah.
Yes.
You met
And
Crystal last week.
I did, and we were talking about bringing some of the short films, her short film program, to the theater because we can play those and get people coming in and seeing things that they normally wouldn't have an opportunity to see. And all directors want to show their movie, whether it's a short film or a full feature film, on screen. They make it for that purpose. They want to see it on the big screen and have a big event surrounding it. So yeah, I'd love to.
How long has the theater been there?
The theater's 25 years old, and we started out years ago. It was a regular, we ran film. We played, everything was on 35 millimeter film, and as it developed a number of years ago, everything switched to digital. So we switched everything to computerized and
So you've
computerized
owned it all those
sound.
years?
It's the same family, yes.
Wow.
And you know, the funny thing is, when
Mhm.
I brought up the name, because I've been making a lot of noise,
Yes.
people have been to your theater years ago.
Really?
And they were telling me it's a community theater, this, and that.
Yes.
They told me everything. They told me about your bathrooms. They told me about the movie. They told me about and the one thing that was always consistent is about you.
Oh, that's so
the
sweet.
the movie owner. They love your brother, but they say you are. But your brother is a little bit different. He has a different karma to him. But they say that
Yes.
you are.
She's a
in
gem.
other words, the nicest person you've
Aw.
ever met.
Yes.
In this business.
It makes me feel so good.
And that's why. And I always wanted to do something with a movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have to control me because I'm gonna tell you something. You got the outside of the theater. You got the parking lot. She has those big bubbles. She has all
Yes.
sorts of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you can play different things off of a movie theater because when you go
Right.
to the movies, what do? You may get a drink, you may get something to eat, and then you sit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you do at a movie theater.
Right.
And hopefully you don't turn on your phone and have a phone call in front of you. Other than that, you're good to go, right? But what if you get to do a little something, something? You get to see a fashion show. Or you get to dance before you go to the movie theater.
Right.
Or you get
Like
how to defend yourself. Different
Mm-hmm.
things. Maybe a photo shoot, and then you grab somebody and you put them in the shoot.
Yes.
And you do this whole marriage thing with the community.
Absolutely.
And it gives
It's
you
about
it gives you reason to show up.
Right. We've always been there for the community, for whatever the community needs, and we are happy to be there and able to do all of this, and make people aware of all these different events and the causes that are so important that people are interested to see. Where do I get some information about this? So,
I love it.
happy to do it. Thank
And
you.
you have the Rocky Horror event coming up this week?
Rocky Horror
Friday
is
night?
at the Movies of
that's
Lake
fun.
Worth, the sister theater. It's on this coming Friday at 10:30, and
It's
it
live?
will be. It's
That's
the
fun.
movie along with the live shadow cast.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
neat.
going to be a lot of fun. Expecting to see a lot of people dressed up in costume.
He's sitting
come
here
as-
going, I'm an old man, I can't stay up that late.
Yeah,
You're
but
always
Rocky
up that
Horror is
late.
always a late night movie,
10:30.
and it's totally worth it. Take a nap.
We'll give you some shrimp.
Take a nap.
Give me some shrooms
me and
so
Denise
this way you
just
can
rocked
stay
out to
awake.
Meatloaf last week to
There
the
you
Rocky
go.
Horror Picture Show.
Exactly.
10:30.
But
So
that is
much
your
fun.
Come on, Freddie, you
sister-
can do
your
it.
sister studio.
We have the cast from Fort Lauderdale as well as from West Palm combining for this one-time event. So,
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, we've tried.
Now I gotta ask you a question. I need a
Sure.
clarification. I went to the website. Do you get seating? Like if I wanted to watch James Bond, the movie,
Mm-hmm.
can you get seating on the site?
You can purchase your tickets online on the site,
Okay.
which we do. We also do reserve seating for the events. if we do the Met Opera or the Bolshoi Ballet, if we bring in a Broadway show that's been taped and simulcast, we'll do everything as a
Assigned seating.
reserved seating. But for a regular movie, just come on in. Happy to have everybody at the, just buy a ticket.
I gotta
Come on
tell
in.
you, it's the funniest thing when you have a group of people go to the movie theater. Now, when you go to the movie theater, you go E67, E1211, right? You're looking
like
for
you
your
sunk
seat.
my battleship, yes.
So everybody was, when they walk in, they're like, there's no letters. So I said, no, it's open seating. And where do you want to sit? And the first thing you get is, well, you could sit here, you could sit there. Are you a lefty? Are you a righty? There's so many choices.
Now, each theater you say has 300 seats.
About 250.
Right? But everything is socially distanced.
Everything is socially distanced.
They block off
so
chairs.
we blocked off the seats so that people will know where they should or should not sit, so that it, there's no question regarding the social distancing, especially during COVID. We want people to feel comfortable, feel safe, and not feel like somebody else is going to walk in and sit down right next to them and maybe make them feel a little awkward and uncomfortable. So
Now, I saw a lady bringing chicken wings or chicken fingers down
Yes.
the aisle. She was delivering food?
She was delivering food. We have, the typical fare of hot dogs and nachos, obviously popcorn, and now we're going to have this amazing butter.
Now, how they gonna, wait a minute, how they gonna know where I'm sitting?
She was bringing in chicken
how they
fingers
gonna know where I'm sitting?
and French fries and onion
Yeah,
rings.
you don't have a seat number, right?
How, no, there's no seat number.
That's what I said. You don't have a
I
seat
raised
number.
my
How would
hand
they
when she
know?
walks in. How did she know where I'm sitting? It's dark.
She just sort of knew. She knew.
She knows. I guess she follows.
knows.
I gotta
She
tell you,
knows. We're
she
here
wa-
for everybody. We know
They
everybody
GPS
by
ping your
name.
She walked by,
Ping your phone.
and I said, "Those are for me." She says, "No, they're for the gentleman behind you." So she knew. I was
I'm
like,
trying to
wow.
scam someone's food?
Yeah, I wanted to see
Yes.
the security.
I know that.
She knew she knows where to bring the food and everything, and we don't mind doing that. We're happy to be able to serve everybody.
And she's fast.
Yes.
I'm saying,
Is it
what?
Happy to
BYOB?
hear that.
Is it BYOB?
We actually have our beer and wine license. So, yes, I mean, beer is $4 and wine is $5. So it's very
I don't know how she's gonna stay open.
I
That's
got
all
to send my
do.
parents to you.
There
They
you
could spend the
go.
day there. Seriously. And they would love Rocky Horror because they're like night people. My mother can drink, my father, she can watch the movie, my father can sleep. And they could spend the whole day.
Do you remember in the day, and I'm not saying you should do this, but
Yeah.
in the day they used to give 2 flicks, 2 movies in the theater?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
just going
double
back a
feature.
ways.
Yeah.
A double feature. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
You don't remember that. It goes to show you.
You're a little more old school than me.
I used to go to the Lowest Paradise and they used to give 2 flicks. It was
Mm-hmm.
unbelievable. So,
2 flicks. What's your favorite thing about the movie theater?
I think the community involvement. I love the fact that when we have people come in, we know them by name. We know, if they've maybe gone on a vacation or what kind of movie that they like to see, and we can recommend movies to them. Movies, they're great. They've been around over, 100 years, telling a story, being part of that immersive experience of seeing it with somebody else, learning about a different culture, learning about somebody else's story. I love the mess is the message, and a lot of times in a movie that needs to be a discussion with it. I love having people come in and talking before and after the movie about that film, and just having that ability to communicate with other people about things that are happening and things that we're seeing. It's a fun business. It's entertainment.
And
It's
she
what can I
spends,
say?
she spends the whole night talking.
I can't wait to get some B-roll there
Group
and shoot a
events too,
commercial.
where you're,
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
kids can go with a classroom.
Yes, we did that for Dear Evan Hansen, which is still playing. It has a strong social message. I don't want to give too much away if somebody hasn't seen it, but and we brought in a counselor to speak with a group of
that's
kids at the high school to get them opened up and talk about
That's fantastic.
anxiety and depression and things that could happen. So yeah, it's nice to have that level of community. While during the pandemic, while we were closed, we put up a pop-up screen in the parking lot, told people to come have a drive-in. They could sit in their cars, and then they started bringing lawn chairs, and we did that for 10 weeks of just showing them some fun movies to get them out of the house. People came up to us, and it's so heartwarming when they're like, we're just so glad to be back to see other people. They were literally in their homes scared to leave. And then when they started to see other people coming out in lawn chairs or blankets, bringing their own glass of wine,
Absolutely, just to
It
get
was
back
fun.
out, the unity of the community. What do you have playing coming up for this weekend?
This week is The Last Duel. It's a Ridley Scott directed. It's with Matt Damon. That's going to be the big one for this weekend. Still showing No Time to Die, Daniel Craig's movie, and still playing Dear Evan Hansen and Venom. We also have a foreign film called I'm Your Man with Dan Stevens. So
that's supposed to be
lots of
very
fun.
good, actually.
Yes.
Oh God, you're gonna see that? Doesn't it have subtitles?
I don't often go. I need to
can't
get
read
out
that
to the
fast.
movies because
I can't read that fast. I gotta take pictures just to follow the figures. No, stop! I can't read that fast. But one of the things I want to do is I want to build. Remember the Charlie Brown, the Peanuts that you had the doctors in Lucy.
Yes.
If you put that little getup with this one, right, you can give away anything. The cards. Everybody stops to talk to her, and then she has. You have to wait. You sort of have to wait until your opening comes because everybody going in, going out. You must be exhausted every night.
I love talking to everybody that comes in. I like hearing if they liked the movie, what they thought about it, how they've been during all of this. It's fun. It's fun, and it's so good for the community.
And you're such a huge community connector. Briefly, in the lobby, she was walking in, Crystal was walking out, and we're going to go over there.
Where is Crystal?
She had to go back to work. She's going to come back.
This is the wackiest day I've had in my
doing
life.
an art show at the theater. She
Yes.
said they can set up easels. We can bring all of our. Actually, we still have an artist who's locked in Studio B. I just realized, like Rumpelstiltskin, when he comes out, he's gonna have a beard. Jay's still here.
Jay's still here. Tell Jay we have to leave.
Jay's still here doing his own show at Studio B. But we could bring artists in there and do an art show. Remember we were talking. You were looking for a venue.
Yes, but I have another thing. I want to throw this at you. I got a choir coming in. And I
Okay.
would like to do artists. He's in there drawing right now, the
Yes.
pencil art. I would like to do something like I saw that guy who paints to music and then he turns it upside down and it's a real deal.
It's Nathaniel. I know who you're talking about.
But that's what I want to do. And the lobby would be a perfect place.
Perfect place. Have everybody watch, surround him, and see.
You're going to need
as
a
it
bigger
happens.
place. I got to tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
you realize that Jay's
Need a
still
bigger
in
boat
Studio
for
B. Check out the Movies of Delray, everyone. It is located on Hagen Ranch Road and West Atlantic Boulevard. Tell Rochelle, tell Glenn, the Brooklyn Café show sent you only $6 a ticket. And they're blockbuster movies. And you know what? It's not crowded. So get out, have some fun, some family
Thanks a
fun
lot.
time. I know.
It's going to be crowded.
Well, they
Watch.
want to come out. If you want to see Freddie, Saturday night, he
No,
will
you
be
don't
there.
want. I tried to hide. I got to
Then
wear
don't
the
wear your
wrong
hat.
hat.
Don't
I
wear your
wore
hat
the
then.
wrong hat. I got to use a different hat.
Don't wear your hat. Check out the Movies of Delray. We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're heading over the pond to Miss Toni Mackenzie in Manchester, England, talking about your flight to happiness. Man, it is time to get out of the dark days and find some light and happiness. Entertainment is where it's at. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Lost
Is
Harbor
that a
Spirits, a world where pirates inspire our spirits, treasures remain undiscovered, and flavors are infused with the essence of mysterious voyages. The distillery became one of the few women-owned craft spirits production sites in the U.S. From our award-winning spirits of vodka and rum to delicious gin, we're always coming up with some new and exciting flavors to keep your cocktails delicious and fresh. Proudly distilling out of West Palm Beach, Florida, Lost Harbor Spirits is a true treasure waiting to be discovered. Contact Palm Beach Distillery at lostharborspirits.com to take a tour or purchase your favorite spirit at your local liquor store.
In Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Jay Harmon exclusively in the Gallery of Boca. Jay Harmon captures the essence of really creative and captivating mind. Jay Harmon brings light into the darkness on majority of his pieces, using a negative background to highlight the details of some of his looks. I know some artists use white canvases, but he thrives on a black canvas. And here's the kicker. He only uses pencil, colored pencil, graphite pencil, and pencil for his art pieces. Yes, I know it's hard to fathom that these beautiful pieces came from pencil, but yes, they did. And the only way you can experience Jay Harmon is if you come to the Gallery of Boca. Jay Harmon, an unconventional artist with a unique story behind every canvas. With enough butter, anything is good. Torrye Wells from Precious Treasures Gourmet Foods thinks so, because she single-handedly updated and expanded butter's possibilities. From compound, savory, sweet, and spicy, her freshly made butters aim to please. I don't know about you, but I've never really seen butter this versatile before, and now so feasible. With online shopping, just visit Precious Treasures Gourmet Foods.com, because at Precious Treasures, Torrye is working on the best artisan gourmet foods to every table. Remember guys, true love is like butter. There's no substitute for the real thing.
Looking for a place to get your ice cream fix? Look no further than Cold Stone Creamery. At Cold Stone, we make our ice cream fresh every single day in store. We have over 20 different ice cream base flavors and over 30 different mix-ins to choose from. We also have plenty of signature creations if you don't want to go ahead and choose your own. To end your creation, you can put it in one of our freshly made waffles. We have ice cream cakes, ice cream sandwiches, milkshakes, smoothies, banana splits, sundaes, and so many other things for you to come check out and enjoy. We are the official ice cream store of the Brooklyn Café. Hope to see you soon, and remember, it's always a great day for ice cream.
Watching the Brooklyn Café Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
We're back.
We're just finishing up our first hour, and I'm like, Jay Harmon, wait. Jay Harmon's still in Studio B. Can someone please go check on him?
You said it right on time, because right when I walked in,
Jay may need a little special coffee.
Well, maybe Jay needs some gubba or something. I don't know.
Maybe after this one.
This is unbelievable.
You can put Jay on. That's perfect.
Did you do this out of a picture?
Jay
Wow.
just created this incredible picture, our colored pencil artist in studio, of Kendra Erica. Is that amazing?
Oh, that's cool.
Jay.
That's spot on.
Wow. And you know, when you see close up, you see the detail. Freddie, look at it far away. Look at it in the monitor.
It's nice.
Wow.
Kendra's in house.
Kendra Erica is in house.
I
Jay-
just told Kendra that you that you did it. I told her she has to come in to sign it now.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Unbelievable.
Have you talked to her?
You mean me?
Jay.
No,
Jay.
I haven't
Does
talked
she
to her.
know you did it?
I told her I was going to when she was here the last time, and so she said it was fine. I'd do it. So I said okay.
Such inspiration. How are you doing, Jay? We haven't talked to you, as they say, in a minute.
Oh, I've been busy. I really have. I'm working now at after schools, and I'm teaching private lessons in art, and I've done some commissions, but I'm working a lot. I'm doing well. Last week I think 6 days I had classes and different things one time or another. So I've really been enjoying it. I've been enjoying it, and it's a lot of fun. I'm working with kids and teaching the kids art from grades, let's see, kindergarten through 5th, and each week is a new lesson, and they really enjoy it. So it's a lot of fun.
You've really increased all of that since the pandemic, which is incredible.
I
We
know.
don't get to see you much. You know, it's bittersweet. Our artists have gotten busier as we're coming out of the pandemic. I got a little spoiled. We got to see them a lot more,
I know
but now.
he's teaching a whole lot more.
But it's great.
And moving a whole lot more with kids and everything else. We have a choir coming in, Jay.
A choir?
30-part choir.
30 kids.
Wow. 30 kids.
in December.
In December. Shells, you know, the singer Shells, she's putting the whole thing together. And, it's one of those events that it's definitely a Jay has to be there deal. And Alana, you got the Splash Network up. So we are going into the Kids Television Network business as well. And Alana you got it? Yep. All right, let's play it. And this is the new opening that she put together.
That's awesome.
It's really cool. And you know, a lot of this has to do with working with individuals like Jay who likes to teach kids. And TAP is our Thursday show as well for kids. And then you have Kids in Capes. You have
Veggie Vero.
You know, I can't even understand her.
Veggie Vero, Teenpreneur. We've got a lot of kids and teen
A lot of
shows
work.
that air every Saturday, and it just grows and grows because it's all about our kids.
Well, you know, you got to go younger. I just heard that, what's his name, Jimmy Kimmel?
Fallon.
Him too. He'll be Kimmel for me from now on. He actually is going to create the children's network for Late Show.
But it's going to be a streaming show.
A streaming show. You know, he should call us because we thought about this. If I had his budget,
I know.
I would have done it
We
already.
started this, what, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago
Long
already?
time ago. But, you know, it's the concept and the ideas and things of that nature. And I'm setting this up because when we go over the pond, Toni actually introduced us to the UK matchmaker.
Yep, Lara.
Lara. Is it Lara?
I think so. Well, you know, when they say it in British, it always sounds more proper anyway.
I don't understand the word they say.
So we're actually going to head over to our happiness correspondent. Jay, have some butter. That butter comes, and there's donuts underneath the butter.
Donuts under the butter.
Yep, if we
And
lift
there's
the...
gubba.
Dig through the
the butter
straight down
and
to
go
the,
right to the donuts.
And there's gubba there as well. There's gubba, donuts, and butter.
You can balance it off with some really good shrooms after that.
Oh,
There you go. I know. Well, you know the game. You know the pipettes are adults and the non-pipettes are kids. So enjoy. See what you miss when you don't hang out here?
Oh, I know.
We
You'll
didn't
have
know.
to bring
We
home-
forgot all about you. We said, "Where's Jay? He's still in there." What?
You'll have to bring one home to Barbara. All right, let's head over to the pond to Miss Toni Mackenzie, author of Your Flight to Happiness, a 7-step journey to emotional freedom. And there she is, looking lovely as ever in Manchester.
Hello there, how are you over there in Boca? Is it Boca or Boca?
Boca.
Baca.
Boca Raton. You know what that means in Spanish?
No.
Mouth of the rat.
Ooh.
Boca Raton.
I think bunker's a better word, better than mouth of the
Better
rat.
than mouth
isn't
of the rat, right? And I'm like, who
Yeah.
even would come up with that? But yet, it has its own connotation. How are you doing in
Yeah.
Manchester?
Really well, thank you. Everything's good.
Your flight to happiness. You know, we've been talking about coming out of, you've been with us for what, a year and a half, I think we've been doing this segment.
Well, although I first came on to talk about my book in August last year, it was
Okay.
actually the 27th of October when I did had my first guest, which was Sue
Wow.
France. So it's
Coming up
been
on a
with
year.
you. I've known you for over a year, but it's almost the anniversary of this segment.
We'll have to have an anniversary party with her virtually.
Yeah.
Now, it's funny, you introduced this to the matchmaker,
Yeah, Laura.
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 Mhm.
Laura. Okay,
Yeah.
and we're going to be doing a segment with her on Tuesdays at 1 o'clock.
Right.
And we're having a
What
whole lot
time?
of fun at 1. 1 my time.
One o'clock
That will
your
make
time,
it
yeah.
7 your time, I think.
From November the 6th, it'll be 7, won't it?
6 your time.
hours.
5 hours, okay.
Yeah.
And she's a lot of fun because she's a little wackadoodle anyway. But it's funny because you know some fantastic connections.
Everyone.
In Europe, and we were talking about you the other day. So we're going to bring her on. We may call on you to add some spicy, juicy details to the piece as well. We're working on
There
all
she
sorts
is.
of good stuff.
And there's
so,
her guest.
So it was a nice piece that you put together with the matchmaker.
But this is not Lara. This is Tony's guest of today. This is Kristy James, owner of Colony Network.
That's right, yes. Another big networking group. Hi, Kirsty.
How are you all? And good afternoon as well over there.
Do we have her audio?
Yeah, sounds a little low.
All right, maybe Kristy has to bring up her volume. Tony, how did you meet Kristy?
Well, through networking, but I'm just trying to think when we first met. It was several years ago, wasn't it, Kirsty? Can you remember when we actually first met?
10, can you hear me okay now?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, I'm just trying to turn it down to not get the echo. I'd say going towards 10 years and through a networking event.
Yeah, what was the first one? What do you remember? What was the first event we met at?
I would have met you at one of Sue's events, sure.
Oh, well, there we are. Another
And
person I've met through
also,
Sue's events.
and I know, I'll tell you another, it would be Caroline's as well, Busy Bees.
Ah, yes. I gave my very first talk on the power of positive thinking at Caroline's Busy Bee networking group. And you came to it. We all sat around a table. Do you remember that? Yeah.
Way before you became an author, yep, and way before I got to buy your book and see you at other events and have you speak at mine as well.
Kristy, tell us about Colony Network. So when I saw network before I read it, I'm thinking TV network, radio network, because Tony had brought another guest on that owns a radio station over in, not Manchester, but right outside. So I'm thinking TV network in Cheshire. I love that name, Cheshire. But you are doing a networking group. Is it like a group, an organization, like Sue's group, Tony?
Yeah, similar, very similar. It's different, isn't it, Kirsty? It's slightly different.
Yeah, a business network, so a network of people for business reasons, and I do community networking events as well. So it's either business people wanting to meet other business people. The difference between Suze and mine is I invite blokes in to mine. I've mixed events as well as all female. And yeah, it's mainly business owners, small businesses looking to meet other businesses for whatever reason, learning, support, opportunities to grow their business as well. Customers potentially further down the line.
Are you back in person doing networking, or is everything virtual?
Just back in person. We had a trial event in July and then started back up with some of the locations in September. So I was running probably 6 locations around Cheshire in, 2 years ago, and I'm back with 2 so far, and by next week it'll be 3 out of 6. So it's a cautious return, low numbers at the moment.
How are businesses
Actually,
growing? Yeah.
Kirsty and Sue France and another lady, Tricia, do networking events together maybe once a year, twice a year. And there was one, we had one, didn't we, a couple of weeks ago. So they kind of get together, they all work together, although they've got their own individual networking groups. And that was a live one, which was really good, isn't it?
I think the thing is with business networking over here, there are loads of groups, in particular in my region. There's quite a number of business groups. So throughout lockdown, while we were all experiencing the challenges of events being stopped in person and then the ones coming back online being competing for airtime, some of us united. So in this example, a lady called Sue and then Trish and myself, we pulled together and ran a joint event together. And we ran them online, and then a couple of weeks ago, we had the first one back in person. But we started off by doing International Women's Day, which is the 8th of March, internationally. And that was the first event we had literally a week before lockdown. And then all through lockdown, we just did them online. And then 2 weeks ago, we had the first one back in person. So we've got some really exciting plans for next March, if we're allowed lots of people in the room. That's the plan.
Are you finding business has changed? I always sound like Jordana's open. Are you finding business has changed when people are networking what they're looking to do to grow their business?
Yeah, it's changed a lot. So if you take just events, there's a lot of people who haven't yet come back to events. I suppose there's a number of reasons. Some people are holding off just still in terms of the safety concerns and wanting to mix with people. So there's some of that still. There's still people shielding and not coming back to mixing in person. And then the field of business events and networking has been hit really by the fact that people have now saved loads of time and money by not rushing around in person to go to events. They've found online networking and it's sort of not going back in its box. It's here to stay. So that means that a lot of people are not rushing back to the in-person events in the same way because they can sit at home and they can be sat in the pajamas from the waist down if they want to be because no one's going to know, and they can just join the event and it's much more convenient. You're not traveling. So that has changed things as well. I think in terms of what businesses want has changed too. There's a real move towards getting a lot more maybe support and a sounding board and emotional support, as well as maybe all just the factual business education or hearing speakers or making new connections for potential prospects. So the rationale for why you would network has probably changed a lot.
It's interesting you say that because the movie theater lady is in the house. And what I've discovered, number one, people stayed home for almost 3 years and people got smart. They got smarter. They read things. They educated themselves. They're spending money on things that they want to spend on. And the more they get for the same dollar or pound, the more they're going to put it towards that. You got to give them a reason to do a networking party, let's say at a movie theater. And there has to be something else going on there that's going to attract them. Now, business is great. Fun is great. A movie theater is great. Having popcorn is great. And learning how to socialize effectively, safely is a new art form. And you have to do this correctly. Otherwise, you're right. You're going to stay home in your pajamas. You're going to network from there. And there won't be skin to skin. And I got to tell you something I've been doing this business for over 50 years. And skin to skin always sells more than this stuff. I mean, this is great because we get to meet you ladies in Europe. But the name of the game is to find an effective way to offer networking with other bodily parts. And your theater happens to be a hub that holds numbers. You just have to tone it down so people don't get nervous. And you bring them little by little, or you do it outside the theater and bring them like you did with the bubble. Great concept. But I love the concept because, networking is the future of a lot of things. It's the way we're going to be doing business. It's the way we're going to get it out there. It's the way we're going to be able to make a living. A lot of people are out of work and opening up their own businesses, biggest in the history of this country. Entrepreneurs are doing it. The women empowerment piece, biggest in the country, that's being pushed as well. So there's a lot of moving parts to what's going on here, but I'm glad you said that with you sitting here because that's the whole thing that I see when I see her movie theater.
Yep.
No, you couldn't be more right in terms of you've got to give more reason for people to come out. They need more from it. People are being a lot more discerning in how they choose where to go, when they go, and how often. So you've got to give more, which is a real challenge for some organisers now to think about what they're going to deliver as value. But you're right, you know, there's no substitute for face-to-face contact, because just being able to look people in the eye, you know, as much as I'm trying to stare really vividly at the camera at the moment, make sure that I'm trying to get you eye to eye, you can't get that eye contact, you can't get the same body contact, and you can't get the same gut instinct, which is what you get when you're in front of someone. If you're going to do business with someone, or if you're going to go into, you know, partnership, association, buy from each other, sell from each other, refer on to other people, you want to really look them in the eye and have that gut instinct, and that can't kick in as well. It can a little bit, but not as well as in person, so you're absolutely right. The skin to skin, or the, I'm sure there's lots around NLP, isn't there, Toni? You could probably throw in on this in terms of body contact and physical contact with people, but it really is important.
Absolutely. Yeah, sure.
And I think part of it, though, people are afraid to get out. It's a fear. It's, do I get out? How do I get out? And Toni, you can probably address this as we get out. And again, we're back to the movies. How do we help people overcome and get away from the fear of, should I go? Shouldn't I go? Should I wear a mask? How do I talk to people? There's a lot of, I call it PTSD of COVID, of people getting back out there.
Yeah.
Are you dealing with this, Toni, as well?
Yeah, I mean, there's a real mix, and people couldn't wait to get back into going to live events, and then others are still very nervous and cautious. And we talked about this a little bit last time, that when I was going to Sue's event, one of Sue's events, and she had some wristbands made up to say, I'm not ready to hug yet. But that's just the one thing, because people are wondering, do I, you know, what happens, what will I do if somebody comes over and tries to hug me? But I guess it's just, you know, for some people it's a gradual thing. It's maybe a feel the fear and do it anyway. Just get out there and maybe just take baby steps, get used to it again.
Yeah.
It's funny, psychologically, I didn't want to talk to people on the virtual reality going back a ways, because I was so upset that we set up this studio. We only here 3 or 4 months, and we had to shut down people coming in. And this used to get me really annoyed that after I spent all this time with Dawn putting this thing together, that we couldn't meet people like we're doing today. And it really used to drive me nuts. So now, on Wednesday, I look forward, because Toni brings the best people.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in left field, right field, and center field. They're everywhere. All the talent in the world comes forward. And I like to be able to share this whole thing conceptually with people that are trying to get their businesses going again. Not an easy thing right now. Not an easy thing.
And everyone Toni brings is always so lovely with great information.
Do you know, I'd like to share with you a few things. But Kirsty's also very much involved in community and charity schemes. So I'll have to read it because I don't memorize it all. But during the COVID crisis, she converted her business centre into a food bank.
Wow.
I'm just turning my volume down, getting a bit of feedback. Into a food bank, she set up a meals scheme and helped set up a new community radio kids programme. This won a Cheshire Life Award, and she was personally awarded the Prime Minister's Bricks of Light Award for services to the community. And amongst many other things, she also supports a mentoring scheme for underprivileged teenage girls. And she doesn't talk about these things a lot, but she does an awful lot behind the scenes, which is very impressive.
So you do a kids radio show. See, I listen, but I always like my antennas always go up when I hear kids.
Yeah, I thought you'd pick up on that one. Yeah.
What do you do with the kids on the radio show?
Well, I'm now no longer involved, but I helped set it up at the beginning. So as COVID sort of hit in our hometown and everything got locked down, one of the things that did pop up was a local radio station. And they were asking me, what can we do to try and get, people interacting, and people were starting to tune in, but they needed more and more content. And so I helped them set up the kids radio station. There was 4 of us together, so it wasn't my own show or anything, and I wasn't doing the broadcasting. I ended up actually teaching myself how to use the software, and I was editing the interviews. So I would find a child, which wasn't hard because I have 3 of my own and I could find their friends. And then I would also find somebody in the business community or through the local community, through a club or an association, and put them together, almost like this on screen, and interview them. So and it was great because the kids were really excited about doing the interviews, and then the person sharing the stuff, it might have been something from a scouting organisation or from the local church or a local club or a school. but it also might be somebody from a business who was then talking to the kids and asking questions, so we had all sorts of interviews. So my role was a bit more of the behind the scenes, putting it together, editing it, and then that's now gone forward, and that local radio station is now just applying to go digital. They've grown. I've seen them actually this morning, oddly, because I've been on the radio with them this morning. And they're growing and growing. The kids show is now sponsored. It's every Sunday evening at 5 o'clock still, and it's gone from strength to strength. So I'm probably, my role is more and always has been more of an initiator of projects and a broker of kind of connections, get things going, help people along the way, and then, let them go their way with what they need to do, and not necessarily always stay involved as sort of in the front. I'm very much behind the scenes sometimes helping people.
I love that. And they're now sponsors on so much of what we love doing.
That's right. That's what the name of the game is, and you build a platform. We had an author here today, and she started, 7 years ago when we first met her. And we met her at a Starbucks, and she asked us the question, should I do this? And we said, yeah. And she has not stopped. Now she's publishing her first book, and she's healthy, and she's engaged, and she's all over the country doing these women empowerment pieces.
Women empowerment.
Unbelievable. So you never know.
How do people find you? How do people follow you, Kristy?
Probably more on LinkedIn, actually. Okay. I think for community contacts, Facebook and your Facebook page for either Colony or some of the other projects I'm involved with. My business centre has its own Facebook, my Colony networking does. For me, individually, in terms of working in any kind of field of events or marketing, that would be LinkedIn, and it's more in the business circle. I'm not an Insta girl, and I've kind of stepped away a bit from Twitter, so I've kind of limited it. One of the biggest bits of advice I got, and I certainly pass on to people, is don't try and be everything to everyone. Just try to be something to someone, and that goes in business as well. Don't try to be across every single platform and do a poor job. Just try to be on a limited number and do a reasonable or a good job. So so LinkedIn, website, Facebook is probably the place to find them.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And Toni, your flight to happiness, what's our tip of the week to our flight to happiness, emotional freedom?
Tip of the week. Well, I think, as always, be aware of your thoughts, because your thoughts lead to your emotions, your actions, your reactions, and your non-actions. So check what's going on up there. Take control. Just banish the negative stuff that's unnecessary and focus on the positives.
And you can find Toni's book on Amazon, amazon.com.
Yeah, and Barnes & Noble in the States, and Waterstones in the UK, and various other online booksellers.
But it is a great book. It tells you a little bit about Toni's story, and again, it's how to get rid of, I just opened it up, how to get rid of those negative thoughts. The negative thought, stopping exercise. Lesson 1. Yeah. Get rid of the negative thoughts.
Yeah.
Ladies, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Stay safe. Thank you for joining us. Toni, as always, it's a pleasure. Kristy, nice to meet you. Bye, ladies.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
See, now her British I can understand.
I think we just turned the speaker up.
No, I can understand. I'm not going to say I'm deaf. I hear, but their English is a little...
Whole lot of fun. So starting Tuesday, we've got Laura joining us from the UK as the matchmaker UK.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun.
And she is certified globally, so she can find your perfect match anywhere in the world. So if you are single and looking, let us know on Tuesday, and we'll hook you up with her.
I'm not going to touch that.
I get a lot of inboxes.
No, she's just a funny woman. It's
a lot of inboxes.
Yeah.
Jay, this is amazing. We're going to get Kendra to come
tomorrow, 12:30, she'll be here next.
Tomorrow, 12:30.
She'll be at 12:30 tomorrow.
What a great gift for the holidays.
And Jay does pet portraits.
Well, and if anyone would like to have their portrait done, just contact the studio or contact me at Graphitis, GRAFITIST.com.
I thought it was .me.
.me, at me.com.
Don't listen to him.
You know better than I
do. We actually have to go handbrake that show and send it over.
It's already sent.
Okay.
He sent it.
Okay, good. Even better.
Yeah.
Graphitist.me. This is beautiful. This
at
is
me.com.
This is our very own in-house, when we like to have her in-house, Miss Kendra Erica. Spectacular. She does our closing credits also, so thank you all for all that you do.
Hey, we want to go. You want to go to
Say hi to Denise and Mike for a
Denise and
minute.
Mike for a second?
Yes. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. We're doing
Fantastic.
great. It's our Wellness Wednesday, and Mike and I really want to just do a real quick plug, being that we are in October, breast awareness, got the pink on, and we want to talk a little bit about how these particular products can really assist with so many different elements of cancer, and we'll do it in less than 30 seconds. Go ahead.
Well, most importantly, when we talk about cancer, most people aren't aware of the fact that, cancer lives in an acidic body. And there's ways to make your body alkaline where sickness and disease and cancer can't thrive and survive. And so the beauty of the Live Ultimate products, particularly the Ultimate Elixir, is a greens powder, superfoods, that alkalizes the body and, again, keeps the body from being acidic, where, again, the sickness and disease lives. So it's a very powerful product.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. I'm a cancer survivor personally, and I know that there are so many other items that these particular products or sources can be very helpful. So in light of all that, if you want to know more, you can reach out to me or to Mike right there. You can go ahead and reach out to learn more about these products, but very timely to have this conversation, alkalizing the body, critical anti-inflammatory components to this. So it's really a great opportunity to learn more about this to help anyone that's wanting to actually reduce and alkalize their bodies, or even if they're going through treatment at this time, post-treatment, this is an opportunity to really be consistent in helping your body into wellness.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the post-treatment. When you discovered that you have different cancers and things of that nature, and you get over it, fixing it, or you don't repeat it, or it's out of your system, then you have to do the maintenance, right? Because you have the gene, is what I was told. You have to be careful that it doesn't come out in different other ways. So you sort of have to watch what you eat and the things that you take into your body. So I guess this would be the right program.
2 scoops in the morning, alkalize your body, get all the nutrients and the minerals and all the fruits and veggies that you need, because we know that the standard American diet's, the acronym is SAD. It's absolutely SAD. It's terrible. And so you can't eat enough broccoli and spinach and kale and berries, from your local market to do that to your body. And you can 2 scoops in the morning, you're good to go.
That's your salad.
I was actually watching
for the day.
a segment this morning. I was thinking of you talking about foraging for food, and man goes back to foraging like they used to, and just eating a plant-based, healthy diet without the processed food. Do you know they're coming out with a new recommendation, the FDA, to reduce the amount of salt intake you should have?
Absolutely.
Good.
And this is not people just taking salt and adding it to their food. It's what's already added to your food that you don't realize.
Sugar too.
Sodium content's already out of the roof.
So they are coming out with new recommendations for a lesser sodium intake, which means less processed food, which we've all been saying for a very, very long time. Go back to foraging and looking for those fruits, those vegetables, the mushrooms they talked about, the seeds and the weeds, which I know, milkweed, things like you and I talked about.
I'm eating a salad every night now before a meal, and I never did that before. And there's actual real tomatoes in it. Never did that before either. But I'm doing it because I know that you got to eat right, to be right.
Well,
so
imagine if you're not a veggie eater, not a salad eater or anything like that. I prefer the crunch of a salad, but for someone like yourself, this is an actual perfect combination. You take 2 scoops and you can drop it into a smoothie with blueberries and bananas and vanilla yogurt or whatever it is, and you just drink that. And so guess what? You've had your fruits and vegetables for the day without having to touch a vegetable.
That's it.
Think about that.
Think about it. Food for thought, no pun intended.
less is more.
All right. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Our Wellness Wednesday, our Wednesday flying over the pond. Rochelle, it is always a pleasure. At the Movies of Delray Rocky Horror Picture Show this Friday at their sister location.
10:30.
But check out the Movies of Delray, $6
I gotta figure out how to
ticket.
get there. I have to cut
We'll
some
get you a car,
program.
or you need to take a nap.
No, there's stuff I gotta do.
More to come. If you want Alexa Carlin's book, you can check out her website. You can go to alexacarlin.com or womenempowerx.com. A lot of great stuff. And Jay Harmon, contact Jay. Just contact us. We'll get you in touch with Jay. He'll do your portrait, pet portraits,
Listen.
commission pieces, a lot of great things.
Delray Movie Theater is open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only, right?
Friday,
So
Saturday,
don't
Sunday.
run out there tonight and then call me, like happened. It happened twice already.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And what time is it open on Friday?
Friday around 1 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock,
And Saturday and Sunday?
12:30, 1 o'clock as well.
All right.
I just got to say that.
You're going to be there for matinee? Changes every week. Check the schedule, Movies of Delray. Have a great day, everyone. Don't forget your butter, Precious Treasures Gourmet Foods. Have a great afternoon, and we'll see you tomorrow. 9 a.m., look for the mini donut box.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.
In the cold and sleepless nights, I wait for you to bring me back to life. In my electric eyes, it doesn't mean that time can thicken every single breath. I want to unfreeze my heart and fly away. That's why I wanna save it. Your moons and craters. Open up my eyes, waterfalls of ice, sweeping me away like an avalanche. Helpless as I fall, the words can't say it all, sweeping me away like an avalanche, like an avalanche. I listen for a sound, waiting deep inside my maze of sweeping thrills and colors. Just a ray of light, bathing me in drops of ink that glaze across my body. Wish you could unfreeze my heart and we could